Well, good morning, YouTube. This is Williams, Philippines, and it is March 24, 24. Yay. I was talking with somebody today, one of the guests, and talking with him and mentioned that I've got, basically 15 months left before I retire. And he's 66 and still going and doesn't want to stop. And I just don't understand how somebody wants to keep working. I don't know. It is what it is. But he has a pretty big three-ring circus going on, and I guess that's a good thing to, keep the money going, but isn't it time for somebody else to take up the reins and go and enjoy life instead of, constantly having to get up and go take care of everybody else? I don't know. Choices. Life is all about them choices. I can understand why he might want to, but, we ain't guaranteed tomorrow, so why would you want to keep doing something to work for somebody else? I don't get it. I'm definitely ready to get out of here. Anyway, I actually had a pretty good conversation with him. And I don't know. It is what it is. And everybody gets to make the choices. And as for choices, I choose to retire early. I'm going to the Philippines. I'm choosing there. I don't want to be over here and dying behind the counter here at my job. The choices we do make in our lives, we can, suffer the consequences of not looking down the road and seeing what's happening with the train track. You can just jump on the train if you want. I don't know. One of the things I was looking at and such, how should we say, it was proportions. Strange thought here, God gave us 2 eyes and 2 ears. Maybe we're supposed to see more than we, talk about, and hear more than, listen more than what we talk. So look down the road and see what's down there and, think on it. He gave us 1 nose. Apparently, smelling crap is, that's enough. We don't need to smell it twice. But, listen twice as much as you speak. Look twice as much as you speak. Try to see what's out in the world. Listen about what's going on. Smell the bullshit and decide whether you want to be in that area or not. Personally, if I'm smelling bullshit, I want to try to at least back up and get a little bit further away. Of course, down here in Texas, we have a lot of cows, and I do mean a lot of cows. So we have an abundance of cow shit, bullshit, whatever you want to call it. Usually here in the Panhandle of Texas, we call that the fragrant aroma of money on the hoof. It is what it is, okay? You got to realize Texas produces a whole lot of beef. And I do mean a whole lot of beef. I don't know how many cows died total in that fire, but it was a bunch. It is what it is. Anyway, I choose to try to be on the positive side and make better decisions. That's kind of why I was talking with my friend, and had my friend's sister call up and want to talk to, have me check out his new girlfriend. I do give a thumbs up on her. I think she's actually going to be a real good woman for him if he does, decide to marry her. In a way, I hope he does it before I leave, because, I do think of him as family. He's a friend that I find very dear. Don't have a lot of them. Most of them are dying off faster than I want to admit to. Sorry, my neck is sore and my lower back's telling me nasties. But yeah, got a comment about, I should keep my house and, stay here in Texas. Well, don't get me wrong, I love Texas. I am a Texan. And, well, I'm choosing to retire and do this and go over there to the Philippines because, well, I don't think, trying to fix something that nobody was wanting to get up and fix, I'm seeing what's going on in this country. And I got no desire to sit here and continue to try to fix it. Got enough tired bones in me, and I don't want to waste more time trying to fix something that, well, I choose not to try to work on something that has been going downhill for longer than I want to know of. I've wanted to try to fix things and try to talk to people, but I realized that, well, me working on other people isn't my job. Me working on messes that aren't mine isn't my job. We get to grow up and learn, and, well, I just don't have the desire to try to fix something that, not enough people want to fix it. And those who do, well, quite honestly, most of us are getting too old to give a care anymore and don't want to fight it. I have better things to do with my time than sitting around spinning wheels trying to fix something that, well, I think Naomi Wolf said something about it. It's too late to fix it and too early to just shoot them. I think something like that is a Naomi Wolf quote. And, well, I'm not going to sit around here waiting for time to get here. I got better things to do than sitting here spinning wheels waiting. Like I said, the men in my family, we die off early. So, no, I'm not going to wait around here and try to fix something. And, no, it's not because the grass is greener, although the grass is greener in the Philippines than it is here in the High Plains Desert. So, yeah. I'm not going to sit here and spin wheels. Don't get me wrong, America's a great place. It's better than most of the places I've been, but guess what? I'm going to retire. Texas is, where I'm at. I'm going to retire. I'm tired of fighting things. I'm tired of dealing with other people's problems and issues. I literally want my biggest stress point to be where to go fishing and how much bait do I need to buy to make sure that I don't run out of bait before I'm ready to leave the beach. Because, well, if you're fishing and it's going good, you sure don't want to run out of bait. Excuse me. Throat's a little sore today. I think I might need to take a extra dose of vitamin C today. But yeah, why take and spin wheels trying to fix something that isn't my department? I'm trying to take and enjoy life, and sitting here spinning wheels just is an irritation. Who needs to be irritated? Got better things to do in my life than sit here and worry about a bunch of stuff that has nothing to do with me and isn't my responsibility. It is what it is. But yeah. What do we choose to do with our lives? How do we live? What is important to us? Years ago, I might have been willing to want to take and stay here and try to work on things. But I've got older and don't want to try to fix other issues that aren't mine. So I'm going to take and go fishing. The best thing that I can do as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, I've been, trying to get things taken care of, and yeah, there's always more to get done. Still getting my daily vlog out, and I'm up to 30 subscribers. And I've also been doing my little bit of daily journal in my writing. Yeah. Knuckles have been busted up a few times being a carpenter, frame carpenter, running hammers and, such have caused me to have some very sore knuckles. Smashing them a few times with hammers hasn't helped. Is what it is, but yeah. And I got to talking with the gentleman earlier. Like I said, I had a good conversation with him, and one of the things we talked about was our pasts, and he ended up working with some, carpenters as part-time help, and I used to do it as, frame carpenter for a full-time job, full-time living, and I enjoy building things. And, well, when I do find a place to settle down and lease a piece of land over there, one of the first things I want to take and do is put in a garden. I don't know about you, but I like fresh food. And, well, never hurts to have a garden. The more food you can pull off of your garden, the less food you got to buy at the grocery store, and the fresher it is and the more quality it is because you know what you did with it. And, well, how did you fertilize it? Was it a chemical or was it bird crap? Compost out of your backyard garden, that you composted in your backyard, and you put it in your garden, and yeah, your stuff grows better and has less toxics and such. I rather have fresh veggies out of my garden. I love fresh food. And that's something else, I want to take and have a garden. I want to raise some more chickens again. I don't know. I've helped butcher a few pigs, and I bought a few when they were young, and gave money to the farmer to raise me one or two. This was back many years ago, but he raised them, and when it came time to killing them, I went over and helped kill them, and, well, yeah. So I got to have fresh pig, but somebody else actually did all the raising and growing it. Same thing with a cow. I've actually bought a calf and raised it up. It is a good thing. But yeah, the choices we make, what do we do with our lives? How do we choose what goes on in our life? Where do we spend our time and energy? Look into the future of what you want your future to be and try and create it. I'd rather go have a little piece of land in the Philippines to raise chickens in a garden on than to sit here and, I want to go enjoy and explore the Philippines. I can do that from a farm over there in the Philippines. I can't do it as much from a farm over here or a lot here in Texas. Like I said, I can't afford to stay in Texas unless I work continually. I'm tired of it. Like I said, I've been mowing lawns and throwing newspapers when I was young. That only lasted about a week and a half. Not a job I want to do again. Choices. But it is what it is. Anyway, I choose to move to the Philippines. And I want to go enjoy a bit of gardening over there. If nothing else, I get to learn how to garden in the Philippines. And I can tell you, I had a lot of work trying to figure out how to garden in the high plains desert here in Amarillo. Hey, people don't understand how much actual work goes into gardening in the high plains desert. And, well, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of work goes into gardening in the Philippines, too. I have no problem with learning. I mean, seriously, if you ain't learning, are you really living? I mean, that's, to me, when you stop learning, it means to me you're dying. So I want to keep learning, at least till I'm 100. If I die before then, well, sideways, life happens. But yeah, I really do want to go and enjoy the Philippines. The growth over there is, it's a growing country. And there's so much over there that I want to try to be a part of doing and enjoying. Guy I was talking to earlier was talking about, it being too close to China and Russia. Well, everything's too close to everywhere nowadays, really. I mean, with airplanes, what? You're no more than 24 hours to anywhere. Yeah. And hey, with ICBMs, you're no more than, 30 minutes, 45 minutes away from anywhere on the planet? So, yeah, nothing's safe. There is no such thing as security other than you're securing your own self and having the mindset to secure your own self. Because quite honestly, lightning strikes, secure yourself against that. Just saying. It's things happen all over. There's no being prepared to be safe from everything. I mean, hey, you want a real nightmare? Here you go. Solar flares. We just had some yesterday morning. And, all the things that can do. They had a Carrington event back in the 1850, 60, something like that, 70 something. Anyway, the Carrington event, a giant solar flare that caused a bunch of telegraph wires to catch on fire, and set paper on fire in the telegraph offices, and it burnt some places other than that, melted some wire. If something like that was to happen today, well, our electronics would be gone. We wouldn't have refrigeration because we wouldn't have an electrical grid. And with something like that, it would take years to get the planet back on electrical. And quite honestly, most people would die before that happened, getting back on electrical. Because, well, too many people are on medicines nowadays that keep them alive. And a bunch of that medicine depends on refrigeration. And most of our economy, runs off electronics. And our food, What's going to happen when we don't have refrigeration to keep the meat cool, and we're trying to, eat food that has been hanging out for a week because we don't have a cooler to take and keep it cool? Is it going to be any good a week from now? Maybe, maybe not. Every place has, the need for electricity. And the less dependent you are on electricity, the better off you are in this situation. Because, like I said, the solar flare like the Carrington event happens, and, well, yeah, bye-bye society. Not a good thing to have happen. But it is what it is. And hey, the sun flares every time we turn around. The sun is popping off a X-class flare, or M classes and little C classes all the time. M's and X's on a fairly regular basis. We're in the middle of an uptick right now. The top side of it, Solar Max is coming up, and are we at Solar Max? I forget which. Anyway, we have solar minimum coming up, 11-year cycle. Highs, lows, highs, lows, highs on 11-year, 40-year, 400-year. There's so many cycles with the sun and the planet. And what causes it to happen? Well, a lot of different things. And we can't stop it. It's going to happen when it happens. And, secure yourself from that. Well, try to set up for being more prepared to live without electricity, but hey, it requires a lot of input and such. I mean, think about it. The electricity goes out and you're in Colorado or Montana or, Idaho or Wyoming. And the electricity goes out, and you no longer have electricity. Is your water heater on electric, or is it on gas? Is your heater for your house on electric, or is it on gas? All those things that run off electricity. Well, Carrington event happens, and most likely we're not going to have electricity. And the reason I got this on my mind is because I watched a video today about the solar flares that happened yesterday, or the night before, I forget which. Anyway, yeah, and it's on its way. Should be here late today. The coronal mass ejection part of it for that X flare or the M flares. Anyway, there's a couple of them, and so there's bits and pieces all heading this direction. But what happens when, we actually get one of those that's really a super giant X flare, like the Carrington event. Yeah. Hope it doesn't happen. Pray it doesn't happen. But guess what? It happens. Maybe not every year, maybe not every 50 years, maybe not every 200. But eventually it does happen. So what happens when it does happen? Well, do we have electricity tomorrow or not? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, caught that not Carrington event, but solar flare event stuff. Guy talking about it, some David. And yeah, what happens when one of those goes off? Can we really be secure? I'm not too sure we can. It's one of those worrisome things. Anyway, I'm going to go try to eat a little bit more vitamin C. Vitamin C is good for you. I eat a lot of vitamin C. Anytime I even think my throat's starting to feel scratchy, I'll eat some more vitamin C. And people think I'm crazy, but hey, I don't get sick very often. The most I get is sniffles. Oh, and then I take vitamin C and they go away. Anyway, this is William from Williams, Philippines. Y'all have a good day. Blessings. Take care. Anyway, I'm Fish, and Fish is out. Later, bye-bye.